Psalm 118 verse 24, which I normally would quote, says, "This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." And talking about we, very early I need to mention I've got some lovely guests with me on the program today. So we will rejoice and be glad in it. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Like I always enjoy reminding the people, our world has become a global village thanks to the Lord Jesus, who inspired man with the ability to provide the technology. Wherever you are, I greet you today. I am Reverend Benedict, Baptiste, God's General Pastor Ben of Redemption Ministries in St. Lucia. And our program is always designed with you in mind. Those of you who will really look out for this day in history, due to having guests, I would forfeit today's This Day in History and will take it up at another time. Also, those who are looking forward to details in our announcements, that too will be forfeited a little bit. It will be very brief, our announcements, and I must give as much time as I can with my very special guest. Like I've mentioned, many of you are looking forward to today's ministry at Redemption Ministries Deliverance Center. That's at the corner of Chaussee and Waterworks Road. This morning, yes, this morning at 10 o'clock, we come for our Sunday healing and deliverance service. Did you say healing, Pastor? Yes, I did. People are coming in faith to be healed. It was the Apostle Luke who wrote concerning Paul and the Apostle Paul and also Peter. And he said when Peter and John saw the man at the gate, they perceived he had faith to be healed. And those of you who have faith to be healed, those of you who have difficulties, this session today at 10 o'clock is for you. Tell somebody about it. Help someone come for a time of ministry. Then we will be hearing more in the future about our upcoming conference in the month of April, a little way off. However, we're preparing you for it. Call 717-1707. Say, Pastor Ben, I am planning to be at a conference. I would like to register while I'm on the conference. Good morning to the Eugenes. I am grateful to have you with us. Mr. and Mr. Eugene out in Janaury. Blessings on you as you continue to support what we're doing. More details about our conference at Bethel's Blessing Conference and Event Center that will be taking place in the month of April. Now, at this time, what's exciting me is what is happening this week. Yes, this week we are having a very special event in the South. Good morning to the folks in the South. Miku, and let's go. Miku, Deriso, Angers, Labrie, Choiseul, a little bit, but Belleville, Joye. En vérité, toutes ces mouns en vieille force assez tant nous, parce que nous toujours qu'à dire, tout le bail qu'a fait castouille, tout le bail c'est castouille, et bien à présent, nous n'y ça nous-mêmes. Alléluia. So tout gens, Miku, vieille fort de Wissot, là-bas, oui, Kotoye, là où il chousse, là où il tuette. Moi, ni bonne nouvelle. We have in the harbor this week, coming on Thursday, the Logos Hope. Yes, you heard me right. The Logos Hope is going to be in our harbor in Vieux-Fort. And I'm telling you, we are all going to jam in there and really enjoy an experience with them. With me today in the studio are two very important people. They are my guests on Dayspring and also forerunners as they prepare for the visit of the Logos Hope in Vieux-Fort. Let's turn over our attention to them. Ladies and gentlemen, my special guest, Good morning to you here with us in St. Lucia. Please greet our folks. Say hi to them. Let's start with the gentlemen. They say ladies first, so ask the ladies first to wait.
That is amazing. Greetings, Pastor Ben. Thank you for having us today at your program. We are blessed to be here. And so greetings to everyone watching the program. My name is Ruchir and I come from India. And as Pastor Ben said, I am part of the advanced preparation team of Logos Hope, preparing the visit of Logos Hope to Viewfort.
Wow. Let me ask, have you ever been to VA4 on the Logos Hope before?
I have not. This is my first time in St. Lucia and first time in Viewfort. So I'm very excited about it.
I can imagine. Well, we're excited having you. And then, how did I call your surname? Rinquest. Did I get it right? Miss Rinquest. I like that surname. So, say hi to the people of St. Lucia, the people of the world, all across the region. And just let them know you're happy to have them in the audience with us today.
Yes, thank you so much again for having us here. We are excited to be able to share with you some good news. My name is Michelle and I am from South Africa. I am in St. Lucia for actually the second time around. I came with the Logos Hope here in 2021. We sailed into Viewfort.
You did?
I did.
Right. And I remember speaking with you and you did mention because of COVID you could not expand your stay and interact. Tell us a little bit about that unfortunate experience.
Yes, unfortunately, at the time, we were just starting to come out of the COVID season. So we had some restrictions with how many people could come on board. I myself actually didn't get to explore Viewfort as much as I was busy training for engine. I had just joined the ship and I was placed in the engine department and I was focused a lot on the training, so it took a lot of my time.
Good. Well, while you're on, tell us a little more about your time. How long have you been on the ship and what has the experience been like?
Yes, I have been on the ship going on to 4 years this year, so it has been a while. I have had a very roller coaster ride of a time on the ship. It has definitely been one of the most impactful experiences of my life. I would not take the experience away for anything. We are all volunteers, which means we don't get paid for what we do, but the experience is so enriching that it can take for any cost.
Wow. I got connected with the Logos and the Doulos. At that time, it was not named Logos Hope. And that was many years in Trinidad and Tobago where I was studying. And it was quite an experience when we discovered the quality and also what the Logos and the Doulos produced, the number of books and the education work that they did. And when I heard they would be in St. Lucia many years ago, I continued keeping in touch. And then, ladies and gentlemen, when I heard the Logos Hope would have been in VA4, I thought that's right in my constituents, right in my area, and I should make an impact, try to push the Logos Hope, let people know more about it, and that's why we're here on television, on Dayspring in particular. So let's go to Mr. Raina. Am I right? Did I get it this time?
Very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Right. Well, my mother was Raina.
Okay.
So you are Rana?
Yes. Rana.
Okay, I got
Yes.
it. So tell us a lot more about your role and why you are ahead of the ship.
Right. So as you might know, the ship goes across different countries. It visits different ports, and therefore it is very important for something that we call advanced preparation team to go before the ship's visit. And what actually we do is we take care of dealing with immigration, visas for our crew members, because as you might know, the ship is a community of around 350 people from around 65 different countries. Can you
Okay.
believe it? From around 65 different countries. And so we prepare for the visa, for the immigration, customs, that's on the government side of things. But also when we come into a country, we come with a mission to share knowledge, help, and hope. And how do we do that? We come, we look for partners. We look for people who are into community development. We look for people who are as the local influencers in the community to come alongside them and to see how we can partner with them in the mission that we have to share knowledge, help, and hope.
Interesting.
Right.
In fact, during our radio interview, you brought the concept of knowledge, help, and hope, and you said, Pastor, you one of those. We are, getting into what we're doing. What was it like meeting me, having me integrated into the program with you?
First of all, thank you so much for having at the radio station. And it was a very nice experience to also know more about the work that you have been doing and how you have been impacting the community as you shared. The highlight for me was when you shared about helping out with the training in the police team. And that is something amazing. That is the kind of people that we want to partner with who are impacting the community in tangible ways, you know? And that is something that we look forward to as we say we share help and knowledge. That's what you did. You shared knowledge with them. You shared the knowledge that you had in training them in whatever way you could. And so that is just amazing. It was one of the very highlights of me sharing with you at that radio interview.
Well, I want to thank you for that. It's motivating me to continue with the team. Let's go back to you, Miss Rehnquist. You were here with the Logos Hope, and interesting, you spoke about being in the engine.
Yes.
We didn't expect someone with this wonderful size of yours to be in the engine room because it's supposed to be huge. Tell us a little bit about that experience, because when we think of the Logos Hope, we really think of knowledge, education, books, culture, activity, fun, laughter. We don't think of engine, so talk to us about that.
We call actually the engine the heart of the ship.
Oh.
So yes, you are correct in saying that this is very much the behind the scenes of what is going on the ship. Just like any community, we have different things that need to be happening for the puzzle piece to be fitting together, for everything to be functioning in the way that it should. We have many different departments, and I had the amazing privilege to be chosen to be in the engine department. In this department, I did not personally study for, so I don't have any engineering background. I did a little bit of engineering, graphics, and design, but it had nothing to do with the mechanics of what we had to learn. We had to learn many of the different pumps, of the systems. We have been trained to know how to make sure that the engine room is functioning well, so that we have electricity, so that we have water, so that we have the engine running properly while we are sailing. So we are basically, myself and a few other people who we call engine watch rating people, is the people that are basically helpers of the engineers. So the engineers are the one that have studied, but the engine watch rating people come on board, they train for about more than a month, and thereafter they go into more of the practical side of things and start working in the engine department.
Well, this is quite a bit of knowledge, and I'm sure our people like me would be grateful to know it. Just before we proceed, I miss Cecilia Kizamzashi. Yeah. Cecilia, good morning to you. A special good morning to her. And we miss her now on the program, but she is very much occupied. And she would have taken that question, but I'm going to get it over to you in a little while. We will be speaking concerning volunteer, because when I first came across the Logos and the doulos, the key was volunteerism. So let's go back to you, Miss Irena. Tell us a little bit concerning the activity and the program of the ship as it comes in port this week.
All right. So when the ship comes in a country, in a port, the ship doesn't only open its book fair, but we also have local people coming for events on the ship and even off the ship, which I'll soon share details about. But these events range from all different categories. We have events for kids, we have events for youth, we have events for business professionals, we have cultural events, and so these events will start from the 38th of January till the 18th of February. So we have a range of different events, and as I said, we have all the different categories. Few key events that I want to share with you all this morning is firstly our One Voice concert. This is a concert where it is free of charge. It is gonna be in the Philip Marcelin grounds. The open doors at 5:30 onwards we start with the concert. And so the bigger purpose of this event is to bring the whole community together and celebrate as the ship arrives to Viewfort, with also a time of prayer for Viewfort as well. And so One Voice is a concert where we want to see all of you coming in because there are no charges for it.
What day would that be?
It is going to be on the 2nd of February.
2nd of February.
On Sunday.
On the Sunday.
Yes.
And it's going to be from 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Right. Next event that you want to highlight?
We have something called Meet the World. Now this is an event that we do every country, and this is a cultural event. So as I shared with you, we have 65 different countries. You know, different countries have different dances,
Yes.
different ways of doing things, culture,
Right.
different costumes. So Meet the World is a paid event. It's $5 East Caribbean dollars.
Okay.
The ticket, you need to register, and in this event, we will showcase the different nationalities. It's going to be a program. So you will come and see Indian dance.
Right.
I was part of one.
Okay.
I used to dance. I might dance. You
Okay.
might see me dancing.
All right.
But there are different cultures who will present their
What
performances.
day would that special culture day be?
The Meet the World is going to be on a weekend. It's going to be on Saturday. And the date is the 8th of February.
Saturday the 8th.
Saturday
so
the 8th.
We have the big opening on this on the Sunday, and then we have the following Saturday.
Yes,
Meet the
Saturday
World.
the 8th.
And that would be $5, and
Yes.
that has to be registered.
Yes.
That is
you can buy the
important.
ticket on our social media,
Right.
or come to the ship and buy the ticket.
Okay.
Yes.
Then there is a fee, a small fee.
Right.
I mean, this is wonderful. Of $3 to come on
Yes.
the ship to get in the book fair.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that small fee.
Yes, so we want to be able to invite as many people as possible. We actually do not charge people under the age of 12 years old
Okay.
and elders above the age of 65. So these people, if you are above those ages or below that age, you are free of charge. So we want to invite as many people as possible. Bring your friends, bring your family. And if you are between that range, then it is at the cost that we have mentioned already.
Let me just take Cecilia's place quickly to say to all the school principals, school teachers, people in the education sector, if you need some more information for the students, for the schools, call telephone number. We have it on screen, 724-1630. That's 724-1630. You call Cecilia and she's going to tell you everything about getting students, getting school, and that's going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays over the 3 weeks. Did that go correctly?
Very well. Yes, yes.
Good. Let's get one more thing from you before we get into the area of volunteerism. You have mentioned before the local people in St. Lucia who have supported you. Could you give the world an idea that St. Lucia is all into the Logos Hope? And I must tell the two of you before I forget, you talk about dances. I understand that St. Lucian, Moulala, and our dancers is #1 in the world. But
Wow,
who
okay.
knows? We'll see it
Okay.
at the place. Tell us about the people in St. Lucia who supported you.
Yes, since the time we arrived here in Beaufort, I mean, the support from the locals has been amazing. It's just been a blessing to be here, just to see how people are coming in to support the visit of the ship. And I also want to specially thank the mayor of Beaufort, who has been so generous and so helpful to prepare the visit. Even his office. I also want to thank the police in Beaufort and the fire department and even the Navy as well. In all their capacities, they have just come alongside us and just help us to prepare for the visit of Logos Hope. So, not to forget the dignitaries, but also there are a few people who are hosting us. And I would like to share about them as well.
Yes.
That is Mrs. Lydia Gaston.
Yes.
And
Her
Jay,
husband.
Uncle
Yes.
Jay. We call him Uncle Jay.
Okay.
And so they have just been a blessing to us.
I mean, I have to say to Brother Jay, we call him Brother Jay, and Brother Jay's garage at the Labrie V4 Highway. You know, you want a vehicle repaired, check Brother Jay, and he's a real experienced man, and he's really been taking care of you all. I was very happy to hear from him and the other people. You did say you're happy that the Prime Minister popped in during your preparation.
Yes. We have reached out to the Prime Minister and his office. They have been supporting us in all of the different permissions that we need. And we have also extended an invitation for him to come and celebrate the official opening of the ship in Beaufort.
When is the official opening and what time?
So the official opening is an invited event.
Okay.
And it is going to take place on the 30th of January.
Okay, and
Yes.
that's a Thursday.
That is, yes, a Thursday.
With us, I have taken the program today to make sure you understand what is happening. St. Lucia Vieux-Fort is our opportunity to really enjoy it. One last thing, up north, do you have any plans for Castries in the future?
Good news for all, we do. We planned on visiting Castries right after Beaufort, but due to different circumstances, we were not able to. But be assured that ship is going to return to St. Lucia, Castries, sometime in June. Stay updated on our website, which is gbaships.org. Follow the schedule of the ship, and you will know exactly when the ship is coming to Castries.
It's really exciting to know that Castries is going to get his fair share at the time, but give ticket from me. People from Castries, as far as Grosille, way up north, will flock down the place, and therefore will be on the spot again. Let me say this to all of us in St. Lucia, especially the people of Vieux-Fort. Yo di tel bay Vieux-Fort c'est quim. Eh ben, moun te ka pe vini Vieux-Fort. Eh ben, abwez nan nou nou bay pou changer sa ka fet en place la. I was actually saying there's been a lot of crime in the south, and people have been, reluctant in coming down that side. But now the crime rate has gone down wonderfully, and we have something special for 3 lovely weeks, and we are grateful. One last word from you about the volunteer. What made you volunteer? And could you ask the world, anybody, do you still take volunteers? You can make a plug as we close.
Yes, so myself, I actually heard about the work that the Logos Hope does since I was 9. And so it actually became a dream of mine to be a part of the Logos Hope ship and the work that they are doing. So it took about 11 years before I ended up joining the ship. But I can definitely say that I do not regret my decision. And there are many people that have different stories. And if you want to be able to hear those kinds of stories, you are welcome to come on board the ship. Many of us come from different backgrounds. Some had decided a week before that they would be joining the ship.
Wow.
Booked a ticket, but others it took a bit longer. Others had a bit of complications with immigration coming to the ship. So there's many different stories to share, but myself, I had the privilege of being able to join in 2021 on board Logos Hope. And we do welcome a lot more people.
Yes.
We have a time where people are actually able to join in February and in September. And when the ship will be in Viewfort is actually the time that we will have something called changeover. So basically it's a time where old crew members leave the ship and new crew members come on board. So we will have this changeover where we will welcome new people on the ship. And as Ruchia mentioned, the website, you are welcome to go onto our website and find out a little bit more about who we are and how can you get involved.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our session today. I am sure you have been motivated and inspired. Now, your role is to let me know what the program meant to you, and in the event you can't get in touch with them, you've got my number, 717-1707. Call Pastor Ben and say, Pastor, we certainly want to get some more information. I will pass you on to Cecilia and also to Miss Rehnquist and to Mr. Reina. I'm getting there, and it's really good having them. Nice having you. Thanks for coming and enjoying the program with me and sharing with our world. And one final word from you. Take about this 30 seconds and give the final word to them, and your final word, and then we close.
Sure. I just want to say that it's just a blessing to be here in St. Lucia. And thank you for all the support and hospitality you have shown us. And now it's our turn to show you our hospitality. So we will open our house, our home, our floating home to you from the 29th to the 18th of February. And please walk up those gangways where we can share stories, we can share a cup of coffee, and also maybe read a book together. So the limitation, there are no restrictions. Please come, and we would surely love to share life with you. We just want to bless you and say that thank you.
Beautiful. Daughter?
Yes, so I know many of you have had the opportunity to come on board before, but this is a new group of people who have not been able to visit Viewfort, who have not been able to meet people from St. Lucia. So there's new stories to hear, there's new interactions to have with people from different places around the world. And we have different events and other ways that you can get involved on the ship. So we welcome you and your family and your friends. Please come onto the ship and don't miss the opportunity to experience something unique and different. We don't often come, so take the chance to be able to come. And we want to once again say thank you for your support in having us here in St. Lucia.
Michelle, it's just wonderful hearing you in particular. And I'm sure my wife would say yes. You're a fine speaker. You're very innovative, and I would want to suggest that in your endeavor that you continue in the public speaking. I know when I meet a good speaker. So thanks for sharing, and we're so happy that you made us felt welcome on the ship, and we know it's going to be a great time together. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our program today. Call me at 717-1707. Don't forget, this morning we meet at Redemption Deliverance Center at the corner of Chaussee and Waterworks Road. Come for your healing, your deliverance, your time to give your life to Jesus and say, Lord Jesus, forgive me of my sins. I want to serve you. You blessed of God. The children say, Pastor, say shalom. And I still say, peace be to everyone. Shalom.